Hello, my name is Lynn Ann Galloway, and was diagnosed in my mid 40s with having fibromyalgia, and I've been able to learn some ways that help and have made so that I could manage my fibromyalgia so that I enjoy life again. And I've enjoyed life for the last 15 years. So I would say what I've been doing works. So I Today's episode is about the caregivers or the people, the family and friends of people with fibromyalgia. And I know that that can be very frustrating for you as well as for the person with fibromyalgia. I give kudos to my husband for um, sticking around and sticking with me and helping me and supporting me. And so I just thought I would give some tips because I feel like a lot of people aren't really sure what to do. Start with fibromyalgia is a bunch of symptoms that they haven't been able to contribute to anything else. So they call it a fibromyalgia syndrome. In most areas, it is frustrating for the person with it and frustrating for the people that live around them. One of the things I think probably is a little bit the most frustrating is because it is when you're in pain, quite frankly, you're not really a nice person to live with. You are cranky, irritable, and often not very communicative except for the pain. And I know that can be very frustrating. It can wear on you a lot as people living with someone with fibromyalgia. So one things can you do, and I would say probably the biggest thing is being flexible and understanding that the person isn't doing it because they feel like doing it. It's because they don't know how else to deal with things because they're in pain. And when you're in pain, that's your whole focus. You can't focus on anything else. So it is, so being flexible is some days they are good days. You have a good days and you want to do things. And those are the days that would be good days to do things together. And that is, so I would say being flexible is really a good way to deal with it with the person, is so that if they're having a good day, you can do those things together again. And I would say that a lot of times if you're a friend and you're calling up the person and they say they'll come with you for a coffee or go out with you for the day, and then in the last minute they cancel, and that's very frustrating for you. And I understand that, and it is for the person as well. So one of the things that you can do is maybe just, if you have a day, just call at the last minute and say, hey, are you having a good day, or what's your day like? And if they're having a good day, then you could say, would you want to come and have a coffee or whatever it is you want to do, and see what happens? Because that being flexible is probably a good plan, because that way, and neither one of you are upset if plans don't work. But if you just do it kind of at the last minute, and then now sometimes people on family events or something like that, and the last minute they don't want to go, and then you end up having to go by yourself as a partner, and that can be frustrating, and trying to explain to some people that don't understand that that's just the way it is. And sometimes people are more willing to, I know I'm speaking for myself as somebody that was having a lot of pain years ago, that what I like to do was make sure that I had an exit plan. So it would be like, okay, so we're going to go, but can I give you a signal that lets you know that I've had enough? I have to go, and without causing a lot of ruckus or making other people feel uncomfortable. So kind of having a little inside code so that you have an escape plan. And sometimes, I never used this, other times, yeah, I didn't last very long at all. So, and one of the other things is to communicate, just making sure you communicate to each other, I know sometimes people with fibromyalgia tend to start to get isolated, or they feel like they've complained and complained, and they don't want to complain anymore because that they're talking about their pain all the time. And that can be both frustrating for both people. Like, they're sick of saying that they have a lot of pain, and you're sick of hearing it because they keep telling you, and it makes you feel frustrated also, because I'm sure because you can't do anything about it. Most people want to fix it, and unfortunately not always, it isn't an easy fix. And yes, it can be, but it's not easy. So, and often what happens is the person can't work. And if they were bringing in a portion of the income for the household, that can be frustrating. And if you're the one that's out working and you have to come home and your partner hasn't been able to do anything all day because it's one of those days that pain's so bad they're in bed all day, or they haven't been able to do much of anything, then you come home and frustrated because guess what? Now you have to do all the housework too, and that can be frustrating. And if, quite frankly, I would suggest if you have the funds at all, that you get a housekeeper. Even if it's once a month, just to come in and give both of you some relief, and that you can feel like things are happening and that's not getting behind. If you're a friend and you have some time and you want, and your friend is having a bad month or a week, you can offer to say, and do it gently, and that, hey, I have half an hour. I'm stopping around. I've been doing my windows. You want me to do your windows, or whatever it is. If somewhere, or dropping a meal off, and sometimes meals aren't that great, able to get meals, and having healthy food is probably one of the best things to help. Certainly when people aren't able to do things and they start to do things, prepared things, like often it's lots of sugar and gluten, and those are probably some of the worst things for somebody with fibromyalgia. So having things in the house that are easy to do, that are healthy. I don't know if in your area, if you have meals that come a couple times a week that are already, all the ingredients are in the box, and you just have to put the meal together, and that is less thinking about what you have to do, and you can just, most of them are less than 30 minutes to put together. So, and usually it's really healthy food as well, or you can choose at least to have healthy food. Anyhow, those are some tips, and please make sure that if you want any more tips or want to know more about fibromyalgia or ways to help naturally, how you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I try to post something once a week so that there are tips. If you have any questions, my contact information is in there. And we also have a Managing Fibromyalgia group on Facebook. And if you want to be part of that, just the link is in below. Have an awesome day.